Woo! Time for, oh fuck, I forgot to start. VTuber Studio. I just woke up. This is a professional operation. Whatever, we can start the game while we wait for that to happen. Sega! Woo! And the Smurfs for some reason. Yeah. There I am. Oh, and my webcam's not working. Cool. Love that. Give me a second. Device manager. USB. Disable. Enable. Close. VTuber Studio. Camera on. That did not do the trick. Let me reopen it. Sounds of hijinks in the background is very appropriate, honestly. Hey, we exist. Hopefully I don't have to. Also, I forgot to turn on my light, so my tracking's gonna suck. There we go. Hopefully I don't have to recalibrate, because I had my calibration pretty good for a while. Oh, no, I do. Fuck. Alright, hold on. I gotta make some stupid faces at the camera, or else my mouth is gonna be open for most of the stream. No. See, the problem is I need to make my eyes super sensitive. No, because I squint a lot, so... And the glasses don't help. Well, now my mouth isn't sensitive enough. Motherfucker. Like, my mouth is completely open right now. God damn it. Let me just do this, so this will be easier for me to see. I'm looking at the NVIDIA man on that you can't see him. There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's not great, but it should do. All right, so Sonic Rumble, for whatever reason, has been updated to Sonic Rumble Party. Yay! I do think that the nomenclature is actually kind of funny. Because if you think about it, like, the mini games in this are really just like Mario Party or Sonic Shuffle mini games that have been divorced from the board game mechanic. That's basically what Fall Guys is, right? And especially this one, because it is based on an accumulation of rings, just like coins and stars in Mario Party. So it kind of makes me think that, like, we don't... So... apart from, like, I guess Orange Juice 200% or whatever, like, I'm not the biggest fan of digital board games. Like Viractyl, which I still haven't gotten around to streaming, is kind of the only one that I particularly enjoy. And again, it's not like Mario Party or anything like that. It doesn't have mini games. It is a board game. Board game is technically a spin-off of Dokapon, but it's cooperative. So one of the new things that they added, this was a feature on mobile where you could watch an ad every day to get 5 skill points. Now on PC, you just need to click a button. And now you can also post an emote or like an emote in chat to get a thingamathing. 1,000 ring. They've also brought this back. This was something that would appear like maybe once per season. Now it seems to be a every... Oh, it's actually active right now. That's nice. Perfect timing. I didn't actually intend that. What's annoying, though, is after you've qualified, it will continue to say, hey, you can spend $2.99 to get this premium one. But you will actually... It doesn't actually tell you, but you do get 3 attempts at this per day, and the rewards increase over time. And they require a lot of rounds, honestly. So I think that's going to be our casual goal here. Fuck off. I was actually lurking in this person's stream, and I didn't realize I had played with them. Because every time a season changes over or a new event comes out, it's a every time there's a new crossover event. So we had Sonic Movie 3, we had Godzilla, and now we got the Smurfs. I don't know which animated... Is this a movie? Is this an animated series? I don't know. But Smurfs are in. Oh, wow, that's... Okay, so they're bringing back the old preseason stuff. What is this? Is that an emote? Okay. So I don't know if these were things that you actually had to pay red rings for. They also added Lanolin, the sheep from the IDW comics. Her abilities unfortunately kind of suck. They are both standing still attacks. I don't know why she would need 2. She has no mobility options of her own. So they did a bunch of quality of life things. You can now just do the daily claw machine 4 times. I don't know why, but sure, why not? I'm not gonna refuse a free meal. I just wish that you could do it with 1 button push. They brought back one of the old, maybe it's monthly, skin things. I already bought it. I think it was the one that launched with the games. They might be rolling through those again. As I've mentioned before, I have not been purchasing those because I've been trying to spend my rings on the claw machine here. They have split the daily ring fragments into individual bundles. I've been collecting these because that skin looks pretty cool. This skin's alright, but the only means of getting fragments for it is the claw machine in this, so that's a pretty significant investment for your rings. You now get 3 score boosters, and then you can also do this presumably once per season. And because the Party Rumble mode has replaced the Quick Rumble, you no longer... Party Rumble's now basically a bespoke mode with smaller custom finales, so to speak. Your only real goal is to qualify. Everybody can qualify, as far as I'm aware. And then you get more points, more score based on how well you do, and there's an arbitrary percentage thing. They also updated the stage challenge, so now that instead of a whole bunch of wrenches, you get a whole bunch of these, and any wrenches that you didn't earn, they just gave to you in bulk. So when the update came out, I just got a bunch of wrenches for free, so that was nice. They didn't have to do that. That said, regular stages still provide the most bang for your buck. I'm also now allowed to tab out of the game, and audio will still play, so oops. So that's nice, I always appreciate that. And they also added this daily toy capsule mechanic, which I've got a bit for. So yeah, you complete absolute gotcha. So you complete 5 rounds and you get a toy capsule. It starts at a basic level and you have 5 random chances of the capsule upgraded from rarity 1 to 2, then to epic rarity 1, 2, then to legendary rarity 1 to 2. If the first two, you have 5 rolls total. If the first two are successful, you have the opportunity to spend 5 red star rings to get a guaranteed chance at another upgrade. And then you have a chance of getting a bonus puzzle piece in addition to one of these two things. I don't know if it's always a 50-50 chance for each of your 5 chances to upgrade or not. I don't know if the choice between season score or skin fragments or rings is a 50-50. But obviously, based on the type of capsule that you get, this is the drop rate for the bonus puzzle piece. And if you complete the 12 puzzle pieces, then you get 100 red star rings. I don't know what happens if you complete the puzzle, if you immediately get another puzzle, or if it's a seasonal thing, if the puzzle goes away, if you don't complete it before the season's over. But yeah, you can get 3 per day. It's nice. It's, again, just small quality of life things. I already completed the battle pass, but, as we discussed previously, they decreased the cost of legendary things from like $7.99 to $5.99, so that's basically $75 down to like $50 for a ridiculously expensive cosmetic, which is horseshit. But they also added a very, very small amount of red star rings to the free battle pass. Again, not going to refuse a free meal, but it's also kind of... it could have done better, on that front. So it's a little insulting. It's not active right now. I did 2 of these, and then when the weekly reset hit, I got another one. I think I did 2 of these on the first day, and then I had one more the day after. They brought back these skin battles, the score challenge, score battles, score rumble, whatever the fuck they call it, where you just have to go against asynchronously 3 other players and make it to a certain thumbs up total before they do within a certain number of rounds. Because my score multiplier is so high now, I just do that instantly with a single ring survival match. So I got a couple more basic characters, it's again the basic skins. So I think I got Big and Jet and Cream from that. So it's basically so that you can presumably get the full lineup of basic characters. So I'm expecting I probably have 4 more weeks of that to get Blaze, SBO, Charmy, and Zavok. Have not seen the crew battles come back up, which is unfortunate. Also have not seen Eggman or Amy's requests appear, and I think that's because I have to complete all the skin battles again before those will appear, which is unfortunate because that got you like 700 skill points per week, and I have not gotten any except for the 5 per day. So that's unfortunately not an equivalent exchange, and that is one of the bigger things holding you back at high level play, quite frankly. You'll see I did get the Whisper skin. I'm currently sitting on my currency because I don't know if I want to get Tangle or Lanolin, or wait for something else to come out. And yes, the FOMO is hitting me hard because, of course, there's a 30% discount on Lanolin right now, and then she's going to go up to the same price as everyone else, like so. Just trying to think if there's anything else that I forgot to talk about. Maybe, but oh, well, there you go. Missions for Smurf berries for the daily raffles. You'll see that I already functionally completed the crossover event. They changed some little things, so the character menu, once you visit it, no longer tells you have stuff to upgrade, even if you can afford upgrades. We'll still tell you if you have new things in there. Same goes for this menu, which is actually annoying because even if you do have stuff on the event pass to redeem, it will not tell you anymore after you visit that menu for the first time that day. And then annoyingly, Rouge's Treasure Hoard will, because it wants your money, tell you. And if you happen to run into a creator, it will tell you that you've run into a creator there. Actually, I'm curious. Okay. I'm just judging some people here. Don't worry about it. I've voiced my intent to if the current crew leader is ever away from the game for 14 days and ownership gets transferred to me, I'm going to commandeer it and rename it after the Sunshower Pirates. Because none of you fuckers play this game, so I had to join another friend's crew, which again, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying I like branding things, and I'm selfish and vain and egotistical. Yeah, so you can now view the seasonal skin fragments. You now have a menu that shows you your skin fragment inventory, which is nice. For some reason, I've been getting a bunch of promotional rewards. I don't... Maybe this is because they need to make a hotfix update to replenish the skill points for next week. Maybe that's what the bug compensation is for. No, there were Twitch drops. A gift from the update. Wow. But yeah, and it's just like, thank you for your patience. Here's your 5 schmeckles from the downtime, even though they actually had to delay the downtime further because they ran into issues, which, you know, happens with a live service game. Still, we have our beloved servers, Oregon and Germany. They have added some nice new features. I don't remember all of them. So unfortunately, it is actually my last controller that was having issues, so I've switched to a different one that does have forward left stick drift, but I won't have to worry about the camera freaking out so much. I still haven't updated these settings though, just because like the default, I don't remember what the default is, but it's a lot higher than this. Might even be whatever the maximum is. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, it might have been 5 and 5. I don't know. Profile settings, no. Okay, virtual pad layout is nice in theory. You can choose to hide buttons from the on-screen prompt, which is for smartphones. They have added a new default, which I'm not sure I want to switch to. I don't think it is probably better overall. It is certainly smaller, but I'm worried I might not like it if I switch to it. So I'm still... They have imported the old default layout, and I'm basically stuck with that until they enable some presets. You can resize things, but they don't... They also don't have any bounding box to them. You can also choose to hide them completely, but then you don't know when your cooldowns are available. You can look at your character to tell if you have a skill, because you'll have a ring around your character, or sorry, an item, but you don't know when your skills are off cooldown. They also added a new super attack function, which is a thing you can get for co-op battles, and they've also added squad boost score boosts for squads modes. They have unfortunately gotten rid of Windbound Battle, and I think it's Windbound as opposed to Windward, and Low Gravity. I did actually want to go through some clips that I have archived. Let me just mute game audio, and I'm going to mute this for myself as well, just because I'm going to go insane listening to this fucking Saturday morning cartoon-ass hijinks music. All right, I have some random clips. They're not going to have any sound, so I guess I should probably just leave the sound on in the background, but whatever. Who actually cares? Um, uh, because for whatever reason, when you record things in certain games, like Everybody's Golf, Hot Shots, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and this, if you record footage, there's no audio. There's some other games as well that have that problem. In some, they fixed it. Like I said, in this game, you can tab out and the audio still plays. In Cross Worlds, they just updated it, but the same feature has not been implemented there. So, whatever. So here's footage of me being a creeper, and this Sonic and Blaze couple was like doing lovey-dovey shit after finishing in this one race, and I was just standing there, and I'm just like, what you guys up to with the Tails emote? And they just both stare at me. It's like, what are you looking at? I like that clip a lot. So this is low gravity. Yeah, you can just hit a spring and just go straight over that fucking wall. Does not stop you from doing that. And that's what I liked about that mode. You could get really creative with some sequence breaks. And if you attack that enemy specifically, you get enough air. So the first two people can just completely fly over the wall, which is always quite fun. And then this was... Oh, yeah. Okay, so you hit the ramp on the airplane stage, and you basically just fly all the way to the finish line. And in case anyone is wondering why I'm cutting these so short, it is because I always just share these with a friend on Discord, and what is it, 10? It used to be 5, now it's 10 megabytes upload limit is really restrictive for just copying something from a clipboard. So Discord has not gotten with the times, or more specifically, they want to sell you Nitro, which I refuse to pay for, especially with the recent Palantir shit. Let's see. There is one more thing. Yes. So, actually, I don't think so. Hold on, what? Okay, so you can see that I'm moving the cursor with the left stick, and it's faster than it used to be. If you use the D-pad, however, you can actually navigate like a normal ass fucking menu. This is not super optimal, because there's a lot of things to navigate around, and there is a problem wherein if you go to the event pass, for example, and let's say you want to check out one particular thing, right? And you're like, okay, you know, and then let's say you want to exit this menu and go all the way back to the you want to go back to the menu and check out your missions or the raffle. You got to do this, because up doesn't do anything. Probably if you had the claim all button, you could go up and then left. And we'll try and test that if I remember when I unlock something in the pass. But most of the time you enter this menu, you're going to hit claim all by default. So you get kind of stuck there. So yeah, definitely when you are customizing your stuff, make sure that you do have the cursor selected, because you can actually turn that off. And you can increase the mouse sensitivity further. The default, I want to say, is like something like this. It's not great. So I upped that to 4. 5 is okay, but I found it a little difficult to click on certain things. This used to be the old cursor size. You can now really shrink it, but I keep it on 2, which is nice. You can all customize your controls, which I feel like might be a new feature. I'm not 100% on that. So Super Attack is L2. I've not actually done the new co-op battles, which apparently they are now all random. So excited to check that out. It is worth noting, for whatever reason, I thought I had done these specifically every week. But down in here, they also updated, so now instead of S through triple S, it's EX and then EX2 and EX3. For whatever reason, though, it seems that the score thresholds have been updated. Because I was consistently getting like double S pluses or whatever. Or no, I think what it was. Oh no, that's what it was. It was S. And then, oh, I see what they, maybe? Okay, they split these up more, because I think it used to be S, and then there was S++, and then there was S triple plus. I think? So I think they've actually, so I've been getting EX a lot, which is technically equivalent to S++. And I don't know, because I have been getting some EX2s. But yeah, for whatever reason, Death Egg Robot, I have not gotten a particularly good score on. And I've only gotten EX for the other ones for whatever reason. Which doesn't seem correct. But, like, if we go to this menu, for example... Oh, they actually just give you a super attack. That's fun. Have they added more achievements or no? I don't know. Apparently not. But yeah, like you can see, I've gotten plenty of EX2s, but for whatever reason, I get a lot more EXs after the update. So I don't remember what this menu used to look like. I will have to compare against my previous VOD and get back to you on that. But yeah, apparently in co-op battles, they are now selected randomly rather than just the same boss all week. Periodic, powerful area attack. Okay. All right. So you can buy, and they cost... Oh, that's a terrible trade-off, dude. Gross. They have apparently increased the amount of score that you get for doing co-op battles. They used to be about on par with, and like time investment was also like slightly shorter. Like I want to say 5 minutes versus 6 minutes, but you'd get score that was on par with a full 3-round ring survival. Apparently they've increased the score reward. So like right now I'm getting between like 700 to 800,000. And of course it's going to get doubled for 3 rounds when we do this. So let's see what's going on with the co-op battles. The idea is that, and now that this is a 1-round affair, you should get like, so when you do Quick Rumble and presumably this, you only spend 1 score booster versus Quick Rumble where you're spending all 3 of your daily score boosters, right? So theoretically, this should actually be a much better return on investment in terms of time to use your score boosters on co-op instead, especially if the base score is boosted. Hey, and perfect, it's the Death Egg Robot. It was one of the shittiest ones, unfortunately, which honestly explains why my score is the way it was, but you know. And this is the main reason, because it is difficult to have an item at the same time and also be... Like, the boss spends a lot of time shooting these lasers where you can't actually reach the head. Oh my god. And also the placement of the enemies to get your stars is not great either. It's like, to the extent that I feel like I'm missing something, quite frankly. Like, see what I mean? I'm spending so much time. I was in that circle, dude. For whatever reason, as of the last fuck me. Yeah, this one is just dog shit, man. They need to seriously consider overhauling this one in particular. But yeah, like as of the last update before the party update, yeah, we can hit these or not. Like, shit also just doesn't last long enough for you to interact with things unless you happen to be there. Like, this is just a very poorly designed stage. Because it just kind of assumes that you're in the right place at the right time. You can't, like, react to anything. And you can't even land on that grind rail. And yeah, this is just a microcosm of everything that's kind of fucky about this game. Because like, the thing that's been really tilting me about this game recently is just the homing attacks being very inconsistent with what they insist on targeting. The last like big update before the party update, the netcode has felt a lot worse. Like I'm getting a lot more circumstances where people are finishing like a foot ahead of me, or no, sorry, a foot behind me. I will make it 2 power-ups in front of people. Okay, I actually didn't internalize that before. The weak spots have the larger symbols. There you go. Why can't you do that? Oh, it's because they want you to homing attack the base. That's why. This is so unintuitive, man. Yeah, that was not a good showing. That was terrible. Yeah, so as expected, that counts as 1. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Wait, no. Actually, that is about on par with a regular battle. So never mind. Okay, let's test this. So, can you go to claim all? No, you're still trapped! You're still trapped in the season menu. They need to fix that. Hello, Khalil. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so let's see which boss we end up fighting next. Ah, you can stack them. Got it. Okay. Now, does the co-op mission track... or you can get more. Okay. However, I don't care about the Kingpin big skin, so I'm only going to do this like a couple more times anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the super attack. Also, quite frankly, if it's just going to give me a free homing attack periodically, you may as well go in there with one at least, and just use it as much as you want. That might be why the people on top had scored so well, quite frankly. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, for whatever reason, last update before the party update, just a lot of people desynced from where they should be, grabbing power-ups before... a lot of circumstances where people will grab a power-up like a foot away from it, like when I am on it, and they'll get it and I don't. Or we'll touch power-ups at the same time and both get... Oh, that's a really fast cooldown, dude. That's great. All right. And because it's an AoE, it is in your best interests, honestly, to just spam that as much as possible. Okay, that... The arm, I think, is a weak point when he's raised, so that's where you're supposed to aim. Let's try and test that the next time we get an opportunity. And conversely, it might actually be a better idea to target clusters of weak points. Oh, we got our... Motherfucker. That's been happening a lot more as well. Lots of circumstances where my... Now, that was clearly a distance issue. But I have been encountering a lot of circumstances where... like I'll homing attack someone and the homing attack will cancel itself out on its way to them. Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. Now I'm understanding this a bit more. But yes, hitting the body here actually seems like it might be just as rewarding. It's like, that's 326 if you hit the nose, but if you hit the body, you hit 3 different weak points. So that's actually more optimal if you have a, if you happen to have a blue homing attack. Ah, goddamn. Oh, and one of the small lasers down there is a weak point. But it seems like it changes periodically. Stop moving, man. Oh. Yeah. Something seems off about the homing attacks recently. I just don't know what it is. Just, I don't know if they actually changed anything. I doubt that they would do that without saying something in the patch notes, but yeah, something's been fucky about it, whether it's due to netcode foibles or I mean, again, homing attacks have never been super great in this when it comes to targeting. It will frequently ignore like the difference, the direction that you're looking in, and will not target priority things. Like in one of the Moai finales, it's like it almost prefers attacking the balloons rather than the Moai heads. So, you know, it's a whole thing. There we go. Okay, so clearly, if you want to be if you want to be on top here, you need to bring in a super attack. But yeah. Wow. Okay, so yes, bring in a super attack because that will basically double your score multiplier. And that makes sense because we basically had double the attack points. I'm curious if it's just the power or yeah, okay, so it's just the damage multiplier. Which, you know, is still good, don't get me wrong, but like if it reduced the cooldown as well, that would be huge. So actually, I take it back. Now I kind of want to keep doing this because the score that you get for the co-op battle, and like quite frankly, I don't know what makes more sense if you get diminishing returns on using multiple attack power-ups or not versus using a level 1 attack power-up or super attack in 2 different battles. What would be more optimal? But it does kind of seem, since again our score overall basically doubled based on the damage that we did, I would assume that it scales linearly. So the more damage you do, the more score you get, and there isn't really a reason to not do that, I suppose. I will say I was not paying attention here. Let me just do this while stuff is loading. What was the actual like rating that we got? I don't see where it says that. All right. I'll have to check my profile after. But since we're streaming this, I think for the sake of science, I will. Yeah, I feel stupid now that I did not recognize the difference between weak points until now. But I mean, let's again be honest. When I play this game, it's mostly I'm listening to or watching something on my second monitor while playing this game as kind of an afterthought. All right, well, gonna be annoying like that, I suppose. I need to get some more rings. I'm taking a lot of hits here. And now there's just no weak points? That was weird. It feels like a bug. Like, as we've already proven, you can't attack something unless it actually allows you to lock on to something. Ah, okay, so it is random every time. Well, there you go. Yeah, actually trying to select a weak point when there are a bunch of options clustered together like that is a bit of a fool's errand. So I guess the boss selection is random, but it is the same boss for the 2 hours that the event is live, I guess. It's a bit of a bummer. I don't see why you would make it like that, but... Oh my god, man. Yeah, sometimes, honestly, you should just focus on attacking, even if you're not doing optimal damage. But you do basically 3 or 4 times the damage, so... it does kind of feel like it's worth it to, like, fail one jump to try and do more damage on the next. There we go. Oh, and whenever you see like a white AoE like that, that means if someone grabs the that particular attack power up, everyone within the circle gets it. Okay. All right, just not. Oh, the match was over. That's why. Yeah, it's weird that they would introduce an option to spend your skill points on things, but take away our primary means of obtaining skill points on a daily basis. So that's what I mean when I say that. I think there must be something related to the cruise. Wait, hold on a second. What was that guy's username? All right, here we go. So we get our free box. I feel like if we just had skill points in here, they could offset that. But yeah, we now have 2 more to get. This threw me off the first day. I don't think I actually... I booted the game back up later, and it took so long to get the 3rd one, I don't think I bothered doing it. But you do get 1 and then 2 more score boosters doing it. So it is worth it. But yes, now this exclamation point will be stuck on our screen forever, and I hate it. So what score did we get on the Death Egg robot? Oh, we got an EX2. There you go. It doesn't even tell you when you have co-op battle mission rewards to claim. Ooh. Okay, we need to collect more rings. That's going to be a bit of a slog, but it's going to be worth it. I wanted to show off other things on this stream, but this is something worth showing off, I suppose. Oh, look! It's cringe! Alright. Yeah, I hope they make a feature to turn that off. Because, like, I don't know, it's one of those things where I feel like a feature that's so in your face, like, sure, give them a fancy icon and, like, exclusive cosmetic items, like there's like a porn director chow that's just, like, floating with a big old camcorder. When you're a content creator, you get one. Oh, it is random. Okay. Apparently we just got 3 of the same one back to back. Unless it cycles like every 10 minutes or something. So I got the Egg Pawn Rangers, which I don't know if these are from a specific Sonic game or not. There's Blue over there. I think I might need to revisit my my co-op battle skill set, because not having any, like, I have cartwheel for like the invincibility, because you are having to dodge a lot of attacks, but at the same time, not having any mobility options is annoying. Alternatively, I could also buy the dodge roll skill instead of guard. Because they both effectively do the same thing, except guard lasts longer, but it has no movement. Right, we do need to get rings. I don't have cartwheel leveled up enough where I can jump cancel out of it, so... alright. So once they reach about half health, they will teleport away. Okay, Ivan, you're a bot. That's not me being toxic, they actually are. They have a basic, like, boring legal name. They're using a basic character skin with no cosmetics. And their name is in lowercase. Like Kim. Theodore as well. Like if they're using a Sonic Forces skin or a like a basic, like non-costumes Sonic character skin, high chance they're a bot. Most people I feel see like cosmetic skins with outfits and whatnot as a status symbol. And most people are unlikely to use the Sonic Forces characters. Still feel it's a missed opportunity to not let players customize their own. Oh, can you actually break your teammates out of that'd be cool if so. Out of the ice. Yeah, you want to focus on the enemies because you can homing attack them to, and you don't want to you don't want to do what that Lanolin player just did, where they just attacked a whole bunch of enemies in a row, because that basically just wastes. You want to do a single attack and then a homing attack. There we go. Yeah, the map is a little too large. Like, going from one ranger to another is really tedious, but I mean, go figure. What do I know? They were above me on the wait, well, hold on, what the fuck was that? Hold on, what was their Master Emerald rank? Was that 42? Did I see that correctly? 32? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Someone wailed super hard. Oh, speaking of, whale check. So like I've been unfortunately slacking on this. I succeeded one week. I had to get 100 fucking million points to just get in the top 20. It was terrible. And that is quite doable. Getting up here is just a shit show, man. Like, again, we're going up against people with 5,000, and now that I have like 2,000 score multiplier, wow. All right, what? Excuse me, White Tiger Sonic. All right, I guess when they bring back that preseason skin, it's like I guarantee you that these two guys are probably gonna no life the game on the last day. But yeah, it's gonna be a slow crawl. I'm gonna need another 3 weeks at least. I think they should change that because like getting just 2 per week is really unfortunate considering that you start at 3. So they should either start you with 4, especially considering that you lose 4 anyway. So that would still have the same effect of kicking you down if you're below the top 50. But at least it would reduce the number of weeks that you need to be in the top 20 by 1, just by starting you off with 1 more star. But you can see that each round with my current score multiplier. Oh no, this is based on the thumbs up you get from the score rank, like the S rank or whatever. It's basically equivalent to about 10% of the way to the next chest. Which is, I don't like how vague it is, quite frankly. Ooh, that's just 300 points and we need 1,000 for the next one. Yeah, that's a no thanks for me, dog. We'll do one more to spend our super attack, and then we'll move on to some ring survival, and then cap it off with some party rumble. Because I'd like to show off the Smurf stage, which, to be fair, is also in party rumble. And I'd like to show off some of the exclusive party rumble stages. Yeah, so I do appreciate that this does, even when you don't choose use automatically, it is smart enough to remember your previous setting. So okay, so it's a random choice of 3. I see. And in totality, there were 6. I wonder if it's always, like... No, there are 5. Interesting. I wonder if it's always 3 just chosen at random, or if they are doing, like, bug fixes to the other 2 and, like, vaulting them temporarily, like this stage isn't Fast Penguin. No. Well, I guess we're fighting the Mech Dragon. That's nice, we get to show off all 3 of the bosses that were available. If it's not the Mech Dragon, I'm gonna call BS on that tooltip. Ah, here we go. Yeah. So this one is primarily a 2D stage, actually, until the boss crumples. And this is going to be a good one for having the super attack, especially given that it recharges. Woohoo! See, I don't get it. Like, sometimes the homing attack range seems like practically infinite. God damn it. But then other times it's very particular, and it's like, no, you tried attacking something from too far away. Oh, this isn't good. Yeah. You got kind of ripped off there. Perfect. So I don't know exactly what the optimal route is, but what I typically do is I hit these 2, and then I jump over here. You want to stay close enough to the other treasure chests. God damn. Yeah, shit goes crazy. Wait, did the boss have another health bar? Oh, this is one of the silver ones, isn't it? These are rare. I actually haven't managed to beat one because I always get stuck playing with a bunch of bots that don't do enough work. Whew. I'm assuming that there's probably not going to be a default reward for this. What? What was that? Okay. Yeah, these bosses also have a bad habit of wasting your time. There we go. It definitely seems like we're getting a better, a higher number of actual human players. So I think the updates have done their job improving things for participation in the co-op stages, which is very nice. Okay. There we go. This is cutting it close. I'm glad I was able to... Uh-oh. Okay, persistent hitbox. I learned something. It's almost done. And he is done. Nice. Yeah, because I think I previously encountered like a silver Death Queen before. Let's go. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. I think that's the worst luck I've ever had doing that. Cool. God damn. Yeah, imagine if I had a score multiplier for that. That would have been huge. Hey, let's go. I'll take those skill stars. Yeah, see, like, you only get 30 for repeated stuff. If I was playing this with friends, I would probably be more motivated to keep going. But, eh. All right, let's go play the real game. Oh, I also got the Rappy, as you can see, from Phantasy Star Online 2. Should probably play as them for a little bit. I don't think I've made any dramatic changes to my skill setup. This is one of a couple stages that have had some minor changes made to it. I don't know if I showed this on my previous stream or not. I'm not sure if I actually have footage to compare, but I do remember quite clearly In the upcoming section with elevators, there are balloons that they've added. Not that one. Fuck off. These. Those are new. They also made it so that, like, half of the buttons are already pre-activated when you get there. No? Okay, that was weird. That no, it's the bombs. They've reduced the number of bombs by half. And then for whatever reason, they have switched some of these platforms. Fuck off, dude. They have switched some of these platforms from moving ones to static ones. Wait, the person who attacked me, didn't they not make it to the platform? See, like, I'm only getting EXs. I was consistently getting, like, EX2s. So, like, that person had a... Oh, no, they didn't. Well, serves them right. See, the thing that tilts me... I've said this before with Charge Blast, but the thing that tilts me the most in this game is when people get trigger happy with attack power-ups and they use them in circumstances where they don't get a meaningful advantage. If that person had actually used that effectively and like skipped that entire conveyor belt platform section, that would have been super cool and I would have at least respected that. But no, they fumbled. They were maybe trying something, but apparently that does not work. And yet it does claim that's a new record. So yeah, clearly whatever they've done, they've split up the S plus. I think that's what it was. I think it was like S, then SS, and then triple S, and then it was like triple S plus, double plus, and triple plus, or something like that. And so now it's just S, double S, triple S, and then EX 1, 2, and 3. Or something like that. I don't know, man. Because triple S had like 3 grades to it, didn't it? So it's S, double S, and then triple S 1 through 3, and then EX 1 through 3. It's a mess, man. People at least understand the Japanese, like, S nomenclature. So, like, going with EX instead of that is just a weird choice. Oh, I hate this fucking... There we go. Getting stuck in that little pocket is always the worst. Come on. There we go. And then just hands off the controller and let this... Nope, never mind. I have to... Because again, with this one, my strategy is always just fire myself into the middle and then try and camp that balloon in that center thing, but just could not get in the right place in the right time. Okay, so the goal is at least to beat the player using Riala from Knights, whose name I'm not going to say out loud. So we're going to be doing anything that we can to screw them over, and exclusively them. Because A, they attacked me, and B, they fumbled the bag, which means that they are my enemy for the rest of the match. Jungdin Wu, he can win for all I care. Or Jinu, I guess. Also, because of the weird netcode foibles that I've experienced since the last update before the party update, being behind anyone or even in front of people sucks, as you'll like bonk into people from the back, and it feels really bad when that happens. Okay, they're still ahead of me. Okay. Let's just... Aha! Let's go. Let's do everything I can to take as much. Uh-oh, I fucked up. I fucked up! Take as many rings off the table. Because that's a strategy I've started to implement more recently, particularly in the Cityscape stage. Really would have liked an attack item there. Is just grabbing as many, like, passive rings floating on the stage as you can, just because that prevents other people from being able to take them. So sometimes denial is what you want more than actual success. Let's go! Give me that shit! Yeah! Mission success. So yeah, that'll give us a nice 3 rounds toward our next gacha. And yeah, here we go. 817,000. So I'll need to update my calculations, because like when I'm going for a high rank, I always kind of factor in, it's like, okay, so ring survival takes about 6 minutes per 3 rounds. So, 2 minutes per round. Plus matchmaking times. I factor in like, okay, so I'm making about 700k now, 800k per, and then I look at like who's at the bottom of like the 20s, and I'm like, okay, subtract my current score from theirs, divide the difference by 800k in this case. Okay, so that's going to be X number of ring survivals. Multiply that by 6 minutes, and now I'll have a rough idea as to how much time I'll have to sink into the game if I want to reach the top 20. Maths! Okay, Arif is a bot. So is Maya, probably. And Joe Musashi, yeah. That's your, attack on? Yeah, well, considering they're all jumping like that, I'm assuming... Well, the queen person has an unusual capitalization in their name, so oh, god damn it. I think they're a human, but... I assume like this is mostly a bot lobby. And I get far enough ahead that I can use a homing attack without targeting somebody. Yes. Perfect. Kablam! Over 200%! Outstanding! Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, Queen Nebulosa clearly a human. Oh, Joe Musashi still finished pretty soon. So, because they need a top 3 to show this screen, it seems like it ends as soon as the top 3 is reached. And then presumably everyone else is just assigned a reward based on their placement. So you'll see that, like, mathematically, if I'm getting 800k for 3 rounds, I should be getting, like, at least 2.75 or 275,000 or 250,000, but you're getting less than that. So unfortunately, Party Rumble is still suboptimal for score, so do not use your score boosters on this. But the goal of Party Rumble is for quick daily sessions for smartphone users, so That's fine. And these are a lot fast because these are just minute-long. Now, you do spend more time matchmaking, but you're also spending less time waiting for, like, stuff to be selected as well, right? So... Can I actually... Oh, yeah. Oh, we got the platinum rings. God damn it. There you go. There is, unfortunately, something very... The Smurfs somehow are more uncanny than the Sonic 3 movie and Godzilla characters. I'm just going to say that now. Something about their eyes and the way that their skin texture is done. All right. Yeah, here we go. So, I'm not going to do that. Let's go! And it did say something about bonus guaranteed. I don't know exactly how that works, considering that the bonus should only really be kicking in, or the guaranteed one should only be kicking in when you've reached the highest. But whatever. Again, not gonna refuse a free meal. All right, back to ring survival. The goal is to get the Smurf stage. Ideally, I'd like to show off the Sonic movie stage and the Godzilla stage, because they are still in the rotation. And I don't know if they're ever going to remove them. Oh, Smurf run. Come on. Fuck. Come on. It's kind of an interesting stage too, because it's mostly a maze, which is kind of inspired. Well, I suppose one of the finales in Fall Guys, the temple stage, which I was personally never a big fan of. Silent, like, just had strategies for that I could never really wrap my head around. In terms of just like process of elimination, if this is this, then that must be that, you know. Just kind of looking ahead in the course and making certain judgments. Okay, that is a fake. Fuck. That was a fake Alex Kidd. Motherfucker. There's absolutely a death warp, by the way, if you die over here. Some people abuse that, and I don't like it. I don't think death warps are fair. Because they use what I consider... I keep using the term out-of-game knowledge, or meta-knowledge. Part of me does kind of respect the bot impersonators, because again, there's a little bit of me that's like, yeah, I can recognize bots, and then clearly other people can, and the people that parody that, yeah, because there's no reason. Is that Ristar? Yeah, we got a Ristar bot. Hell yeah! Shout outs. Yeah, so, like, basically, I don't think there's anything I straight up dislike in this update. It's just there are things where I'm like, okay, that's an improvement, but it's half of what it should have been. It's like Kisem, Anissa, Luan, Jiu, 1844, Chan, Ristar, 2462, for example. Those are all bots. Until proven otherwise. Fuck. I took a risk because I had the lock on, and I'm like, well, if it ends up, what? Where the Latinas? Shadow, is that you? Fun fact: there's a mod that replaces Shadow with Surge in Crossworlds. So like the mod that was using the mod that added voices for Tangle and Whisper was using a mod that was in development called Say DLC that has now been launched. Not only does that split because like all the characters in Crossworlds that don't have voices are technically using the same empty voice bank. So that DLC first gives everyone, man, I'm so far behind because of that first round. The run stage is so important. Oh, interesting. They've added like a low gravity state, I think, to hitting the sprinklers. Huh. So again, getting the last hit on any of these guys gives you double the points. So you want to aim for the ones that are weaker if you can. Fuck, what was I talking about? Crossworlds, right. So first it created additional sound banks for each of the DLC characters, and then it has applied voice files for all of the DLC characters, which I didn't think it actually would do. They actually, in partnership with that mod creator, they have used the Tangle and Whisper mod as the DLC character voices for Tangle and Whisper, which is nice. And so yeah, now technically every DLC character has a voice thanks to some fans. Pretty smooth. I also got a mod that replaces Jet with Bubsy, and he at least has voice lines for his like in-race chatter and his generic rival interaction for like for any DLC characters. It's the line where it's just like, they call me the Orange Blur. Of course, his model's a little fucked up because it's a very basic like model swap. So the skeleton is still using Jet skeleton, so he's got weird chicken legs, which is really funny. But you know, in the grand scheme of things, as long as you're not doing rival battles against like the base game characters, I should have switched to the Rappy. Oh well. You're not going to hear any of the original Jet voice lines. Also, emotes were updated. And then the Surge one is a real labor of love. Again, it's used a popular fan voice actress known for voicing a lot of Surge fan projects and comics and whatnot. And that replaces everything from UI elements to for emotes, character select screen, the mini-map, character voice, rival voice lines, in battle chat, like in-race chatter, etc., etc. Last update for that also added some new gadgets, which I don't think are going to shake the game up very much, and they nerfed a couple things, buffed a couple things for mainly nerfed the invincibility, level 4 drift charge, which was basically all the top level players were using and just becoming invincible for most of a race. So it kind of took away from it being a kart racer. Made it so that above 4th place, the Drill Wisp, because like the other big strategy was sandbagging with the item swap and just stacking 3 Drill Wisps, getting to a reasonable point. They also updated the placement of these ice cubes. They used to be closer to the back. Here we go. I probably should have saved my last skill use, honestly. Yep, I fucked up. And I didn't get an attack at him, so I'm just fucked. Oh well. Yeah, they basically cut the invincibility time in half, and if you're above 4th place in Crossworlds, the Drill Wisp does not travel as far, which quite frankly I thought was a mechanic already, but that might just be for the Laser Wisp. And again, you want to avoid using the Laser Wisp. You ideally want to use the Laser Wisp on big hairpin turns, because it won't spit you out mid-turn, so it'll complete the entire turn at the increased speed, so get more duration out of it. And you don't want to use it just before the travel ring, as it will cut short. It will not take you through the travel ring. So those are the strats with the Laser Wisp to get the most value out of it. But I do feel like at least for the Laser Wisp, the higher your placement, the less distance you would get out of it. Hey, Sonic 3 movie hunt. Now we just need the Smurfs and Godzilla, not a combination of franchises I thought I would be saying in the same sentence, but you know, you live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Speaking of, so like I was looking into now that I've finished the base game of Sonic Forces, I was looking at the I also have all the music unlocked for Crossworlds now. Sonic Heroes is a suspicious absence. Now, obviously, Crush 40 did the main theme for that. Also missing Endless Possibility from the base, the original version of Sonic Colors. However, they're also missing anything from Sonic Colors that wasn't like the remixes from Colors Ultimate, aka the Re-Colors OST. So it feels like they want to promote their current products more than anything. And obviously because the lawsuits with like Johnny Gioeli from Crush 40, you're not getting most of the Sonic Adventure vocal tracks. What's interesting that I didn't know before is that Escape from the City is not actually Crush 40. It is a different pair of vocalists for that. And that's why that song is in there. But apart from Infinite and Fist Bump, there aren't any more vocal tracks. You just get Sunset Heights and the original version of Rocket Blast is one of Whisper's exclusive moves, by the way. Yeah, you get Fist Bump, Infinite, and then the original version of Zoop. Mystic Forest and something? No, Sunset Heights, yeah. And that's it. Which is weird, because there's an entire vocal track spelled with 2 X's. OST for that. That is just all the good shit. There's some other great songs, like again, you know, like classic Chemical Plant Zone and the Egg Prison, like the second Sonic stage, the remix of Fist Bump for the first modern Sonic stage as well. Those are definitely my 3 favorites. I've warmed up to some of the classic Sonic stages, mostly the ones that are early in the game. I still feel like the last third of Sonic Forces feels very rushed and undercooked. And the level design really suffers. I'm not paying too much attention to who I'm attacking, I'll be completely honest. I was focusing more on talking about my current hyperfixation of the furry awakening era. I guess I may as well call it. Even though it's really just about Sonic. Although I did buy the Wolfie skin in Fortnite, because that skin just looks amazing, quite frankly. It is a really fantastic design. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, who needs a spanking? Oh, that was accidental. Now you're gonna attack me. Or not! That's weird. People have not hit me a single time this round. See, this is stuff that I complain about, where... Oh. Is it because they were all bots? Oh, Fortified must be a human. I must also be a human. But that is absolutely a bot name. But yeah, absolutely. Jaden, Beatrice, Ivan, and Yada. Okay. Oh yeah, and they have a cosmetic skin for II, so yeah. You know, all the only human players in the lobby are all grouped here. Wow. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for the pity. Yeah. Honestly, I care more about the score badges than anything else. Just because it's such a long goal. Oh, here we go. Well, I mean... Let's switch over. Let's cause some havoc. Wow, he's fast. Ah, you again. Because I have so many skills now, I probably have a movement one that I'm just not using because it's not super great. Probably something like tackle, you know? Wait, I do have tackle on this moveset. Alright. Well, there you go, I guess. Okay. Please, oh my god, let me home in on something. So I'm wasting a lot of time here because I'm hyper focusing on the weak points. That's not good. Not that anyone cares, but I like trying to play optimally. It matters to me, god damn it. Oh, this one's going by super fast. I did start very early, so clearly people have woken up. Oh, of course. 3 targets and attacks the one that does normal damage. Of course, Dave. Oh my god, this fight is so boring. At least, like, I think the biggest problem, honestly, is just that the camera sucks for navigating it. Wow, I think I attacked that thing like maybe 3 or 4 times at most. My score multiplier has just been completely wasted. Okay, so that is a problem. If you go into this without a super attack, you are going to waste any score multipliers that you have. It's like, what is our basic score even going to be? That's terrible. Yeah, that was not... I mean, at least it went by quickly. Because that was clearly less than 5 minutes. Oh, we're still getting like 10%. We may as well do that. But yeah, now we're just gonna get 30 per, and that's not worth. So let's do ring party rumble. We'll see what the percentage is like on the third treasure. Because like I said, it does take a hot minute. That's a cute animation. But I do really appreciate how fast these go by. Yes, and the other nice thing about Party Rumble is that you don't bring in skills with you, so the pay-to-win aspects of this game are nullified. Some matches, they will just give you skills to use. So we have a somersault, which is this, and then we have a kick. Okay, these people don't really know what they're doing, it seems. It was kind of a weird Smash Bros-y kind of affair. Yeah, and that seems to cap at 200%. What I'm guessing that means that you've gone 100% further over the goal requirement. So I don't think that makes sense anyway. So how much was that? 5%, basically. The Smurf stage is in Party Rumble, which is why I'm running it. Because then the only thing we'd be missing is the Godzilla stage, which we only get through Ring Survival, and I believe only on the second round anyway, so the chances are pretty low. So I'm not even going to hedge my bets on that. I do kind of like this screen as well. Oh, interesting. There are two Egg Pond Ranger stages. I've done one of them before. Oh, yes. I like this one. The Sonic Heroes one. And as I said before, I have a soft spot for Sonic Heroes for whatever reason. I do want to go back to it and see if I'll have it. Like, I have a lot of problems when it comes to going back to Sonic games. Like, again, I still think it was mostly due to the input lag I was experiencing, but going back to Unleashed was frustrating. Lost World, I'm chalking up my issues with the quality of the PC ports. Like, unironically, I do think that Sonic Lost World plays better on the Wii U, because at least the reason for some of the design decisions are evident and work the way that they were supposed to. Because the way that they didn't actually, like, overhaul anything, which is the frustrating part. So I'm guessing in this case, the 193 is based on how much time is left. I guess 40 seconds would be 200%, which is 2/3 of the 1 minute. So that's 2/3 of 300%, but that it caps at 200%. So I'm not sure why they would make the math like that. Yeah. Again, these go by so quickly. Like, these are snack food stages. I do think Like, this is the one time I've kind of, like, understood smartphone gameplay, where it's like, yeah, no, pop in, do your match. I do kind of wish that the matchmaking times were shortened, because, like, again, who cares if these are against bots or not? And it is annoying that this sometimes takes a long way, because people are having to load the stage, presumably. This one's pretty fun. Oh, there are actually a couple different versions of this. That's nice. There's one that's like a jungle stage with a oh, actually no, the Sonic 3 movie Sonic is kind of just as uncanny as the Smurfs. It's the Godzilla ones that actually fit more in line. Oh no, this is the same one. Never mind. It's just it looks very different from an above view. Yeah, let's go! I'm curious when chocobos first became a thing, because, like, Rabbies existed as of Phantasy Star 3, I want to say. Maybe earlier. Woo! Let's fact check that, because I do know there was a chocobo in Final Fantasy Adventure, which is the first Seiken Densetsu or Mana game. Let's see. So my cursor still gets stuck inside the game, but at least the audio doesn't cut out when I tab out now, which I do appreciate. Okay, first game with chocobo. Final Fantasy II, 1988. Phantasy Star 3, 1990. All right. I was correct on that. I should use the washroom. I will be right back. Not me forgetting what my sources were named and having to flip through them all. But I was also just thinking, like I said at the start of stream with respect to like Fall Guys and this basically being like Mario Party minigames without the board game. It as I've said with kart racers, it's always been weird to me how there never really has been a good answer to Mario Party from a third party. Because Sonic Shuffle was not very good. They focused too much on the board game and too little on the minigames. And then these are all minigames. I'm actually curious how Lego Party ended up doing, because that game kind of interested me. Because that could have had some good money behind it. There was also that Lego Odyssey game that was basically like a Haze Light co-op game with a friend pass. I don't think that got very positive reception, unfortunately. I'll go this way. So if you were playing this in the normal matches, you could use your skills here. And if you use anything that gives you mobility, well, there that was 34 seconds, and that was still 200%, so I don't know. And I didn't finish in first, so it's not based on your placement. Alright, Goji, calm down. Alright, let's switch back to Whisper. And I don't think I'm gonna worry about customizing my stuff here, but I am kind of curious. So if we were to replace that with something. Punch kick, Sonic Boom. Yeah, tackle. What button do I have my dodge on? Yeah, There we go. Can I actually afford the level ups for this? Probably not. Oh, that's punch. No. Because that would 1,000 would only get me to level 4. Wow. Yeah. And I don't really use that in a meaningful... I might swap those around. Yeah, no. Oh, they also made it so that you can see the name of things without having to click on them first, which is very much appreciated. Because that was always a annoying thing. 36 minutes. Okay. I probably should have checked what my current thing was that. Lego. Lego Odyssey. No. Lego co-op game. Lego Voyagers. And then Lego Party. Oh, it's got a 4.5 on Steam, apparently. I guess Voyagers didn't have crossplay, and they added that recently because they've got they're like crossplay available now thing. That's nice. After I look into that a bit more, I want to talk about Crossworlds some more. Although I should wait for the next time I stream Crossworlds. I don't know when that's going to be. Probably when the Mega Man Festival happens next week. Around like the 25th, 26th. God damn it. Perfect. Oh, they also updated the finish line, which I do appreciate. Just because now it's vertical instead of horizontal, you can tell where the actual finish line is. Okay, yeah, so LEGO Voyagers is made by the people who made Builder's Journey. Which seemed like a fun game. Apparently initial reviews for Voyagers were not great, but it's very positive now. And yeah, there is a friend pass for that, so that's nice. Hopefully this doesn't fuck me over. I'm gonna open up the Epic Games Store, because I think I have LEGO Builder's Journey. I just want to add that to my favorites. LEGO. Also 2K Drive. Again, speaking of like mascot games. Yes, I do in fact have Builder's Journey for free. Thank you, Epic. I will continue to steal money from you. Last thing I want to see is if LEGO Party has crossplay. And I apologize if anyone said anything in chat. I've been tapped out and do not have long with which to tab out and look things up for this game before I have to click back in. That is the other thing I kind of like about the Party Rumble, honestly, is that because you get a nice 10 seconds like timer before a match starts, you have a lot more time to know to tab out and look up things before you have to tab back in. That shield always gets me. That explosion is huge. Nice. LEGO Party. Crossplay. Oh, it is crossplay. That's pretty cool. I wonder if you get to make your own. Oh, you get to unlock and choose your minifig, but you don't get to make your own. Which is fine. Alright, so where is... my Mario Kart rant? Because I already talked about like the whole jukebox thing and the most recent update, and I'm not sure I'm going to remember all that by the next time I stream Crossworlds, so I figure I may as well cover it in the Sonic casual game adjacent experience that is Sonic Rumble Party. It is, I don't know, adding party to the name, like Sonic Rumble was fine. I don't know if that's a thing where like they think that more people will check it out, or if Sonic Rumble was maybe gonna get people to confuse it with like that handheld, what was it called, Sonic Clash or something like that. One with the Emerald. Just thinking of a stupid joke for no one. Where it's just a robot going, bam, kick it up a notch. And apparently, like, Gemerald is now a thing, also voiced by, Sayu. At the same time as him being the new voice of Infinite in the Chaotix case files. I also saw the prequel comic artwork of Infinite without his mask on. He looks cool. I kind of like Infinite a lot, and I feel like they also kind of undersold the ending to that game by just making you fight Eggman, I guess? But, like, then a weird, like, robot alien pops out of his chest and Eggman doesn't, like, talk smack at all the entire fight. It's really strange. That game ended very weird. After selling, like, a new antagonist. Well, like, it's just kind of suggested that he's using the power of the Phantom Ruby, which is actually a thing from Sonic Mania. So it's both a sequel to Generations and Sonic Mania. Like, I don't know if he was modified at all, but, like, there was that whole line about, it's like, oh, imagine being created here. I was like, he wasn't created, though. He was apparently a mercenary as part of the Jackal Squad, because he's a Jackal, which is another thing I forgot to mention. So I went back and played Mario Kart 8, and how I now feel that, yeah, Crossworlds is a much better game in almost every respect. And then some things that I don't really have much of a opinion about. I do hope that they change the thing where, like, when you're on these rails or, like, spring sequences, and, like, stuff where, like, the camera is being, or the character is being, like, auto-turned around, like, a scripted path. You can't move the camera at all if you have the auto camera turned off. It's like, you should always let me control the camera. If you're not going to actually do me the favor allowing me manual camera control while still, like, focusing on targets, then at least give me manual camera control all the time instead of just freezing up the camera on me. That is a major point of feedback I have. Like, most video games do have a contextual camera that will do those sorts of favors for you. But this game is like, okay, you're either going to give us camera control or you're going to get it most of the time, but not all the time. God damn it. Alright. So, Mario Kart versus Crossroads. So with Crossroads, the starting boost gauge is really nice. I think it's an improvement, just because with Mario Kart, you have a split second to hold the accelerator. And it's just kind of guesswork, and that's been a holdover for the longest time. I think that's a weird thing that they've never changed and should consider it, but I'm sure some weird Mario Kart fans would complain about that if they did. Of course, tabbing back into Crossworlds, if I have to, like, get my controller to function, that makes it awkward, because if you just start too late, then you're going to spin out, or you just can't get the boost. So that does kind of suck, the way that you have to charge it up. So there's a minimum amount of time you must be holding that button. So that's unfortunate, but I still think overall it's the better system. Also, being able to see your boost gauge is really nice, rather than just the arbitrary change of the color of the sparks in Mario Kart. The feeling of drifting and the camera during drifting is infinitely better in Crossworlds. Mario Kart's camera is really narrow. Or it feels real narrow because it doesn't adjust as you turn. The characters are quite small compared to the screen space, which is the opposite for Crossworlds. The characters are actually quite large on the screen, but the camera does a lot of really nice dynamic things as you're drifting and whatnot, which is another thing that helps that game have a much faster sense of speed compared to Mario Kart 8. Again, for reference, I'm comparing against the Wii U version specifically because that's the one that I own, and I'm now really glad that that's the one that I own and didn't double dip. Can we get a second? Yes. Oh, maybe? Yeah! That doesn't happen often. Getting the double-double. Oh, could we go for a triple? No. Alright, just gotta lock in for a second. Oh, get fucked! That was optimal. Okay, Rocket Blast has some utility that I didn't consider before. Woo! Let's go. But yes, sense of speed is a lot faster in Crossworlds. Just feels faster in general, and again, the dynamic camera makes that really nice. With Mario Kart, the camera doesn't really adjust significantly until after you launch your drift and the turn is finished. And it just feels really sluggish, especially when you're taking turns. Drifting is a weirdly sedated experience. Having 2 item slots makes item usage a lot more dynamic. It's weird because I remember like blue shells being so frustrating to deal with in Mario Kart. But like when I was playing it, like I barely saw 1 or 2. And like, yeah, if you think about it, if you only have 1 item slot, then that means there are just fewer chances that someone's going to have a free slot to grab an item and sandbag for the good stuff. You know, compared to Crossworlds, that is one of the reasons why items are so powerful, because I do now think it's a really good decision that Crossworlds made it so that if you grab 2 single item boxes, you only get 1 item, because if you could actually get 2 items, so like you still deny somebody an item potentially by taking the item box away from them. But the this guy's being quite clever and taking away a lot of the 100 rings up ahead. Get out of the way, Alex. You're being annoying and punching me for no reason because you're barely getting any rings. You're just dragging us both down. I hope you realize that. Motherfucker. Alright. Need to get to the next batch. Yes! So that is one of the reasons why items feel so powerful or omnipresent in Crossworlds, because they are a more consistent presence. Just because everyone, like, you have 12 racers with 2 items each potentially. Now that said, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did change that, and I'm assuming that rolled forward into World. And I'm not a huge Mario Kart expert, and I don't care enough to look back at previous games to see whether or not they had 2 item slots or not. I think Double Dash did, because I remember Blue's remarking about how he missed being able to swap between items in Double Dash. And I think the gimmick there was you had your 2 characters and you swap between them to swap your items or something like that. So that was probably the first game where they implemented that, but I don't know about like Mario Kart 7 or Wii, anything like that. Even though I did play 7 and did enjoy it, because that's when they introduced the gliders. And that's why I have fond memories of that especially. And then they brought it forward to 8. And then there are things that are just kind of equivalent, and I don't, again, have a significant opinion. So again, items in Crossworlds feel like they range from... oh, and that's something that I changed. If there's a Master Emerald Rumbler, I assume that means that they're currently in Master Emerald. They appear on the screen instead of the game showing the highest spenders, so to speak. So that's appreciated. Especially considering that, like, technically, Master Emerald rank is the pay-to-win rank anyway, so, you know. it's all kind of the same difference. But anyway, stuff like the shuriken, the fact that there are multiple blue shell equivalents, like the weight, King Boom Boo, etc. And again, the number of players with the 2 item slots, powerful items feel a lot more common. Items feel very impactful. Oh my god, there's an invisible wall there. Feel very impactful in Crossworlds. Whereas in Mario Kart, like I was saying, like, yeah, there's... ooh, let's go! That was sauce! Oh yeah, and then there are items in Crossworlds that just feel too weak, like the monster truck and the black hole. And then Mario Kart's somewhere in the middle where they don't feel too impactful overall, but they all have their uses. Like, there's a lot, like, Crossworlds is also very particular about what things allow you to use them as counter items. You can't hold items behind you. Bananas at least provide you with some kind of shields. Green shells as well. They're more consistent. Although in Mario Kart, the only one real defensive item is the horn. Off-roading feels necessary for optimal play in Mario Kart, but feels like a liability in Crossworld because it caps your speed and ends your drift almost instantly. It feels too severe in that, and I don't know which I prefer. Something in between would be best for both of these scenarios. Rings versus coins is another tough one, because, like, rings don't feel very impactful, but if you do want to min-max them, you do kind of need gadget slots for that. And it is overall 15 points. Like, the 100th ring gives you 7, and everything else from 1 to 99 gives you 7 points of max speed. So, while it might not feel as impactful, again, that could be due to the game's pacing and visual appearance. In the grand scheme of things, they probably are. Whereas coins in Mario feel extremely punishing when you get hit by an item and lose them. Because especially in Mario Kart 8, the cap is only 10. I want to say in World it's 20, and I don't know if Deluxe changed it to 20. Yeah, that's a... If you're not... And it's also a lot harder to collect coins, because the drifting sucks. And also just hang on to them if anyone hits you with an item. Gadgets, again, I don't have a strong opinion on. I don't think they're make or break. I think they're a fun feature. I keep getting stuck on this guy. This is what I was talking about in terms of the netcode. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait this out. He's gonna get the rings first. All right. But I think that the biggest problem, honestly, for the gadget system is just, it's a little complicated. I like that you unlock them over time. That's a nice little meta progression thing. Crossworlds does a really great job of the meta stuff. Time trials in it suck. I'll just go on record and say that. I know you're not supposed to go for S ranks, but it feels shitty that S ranks are so hard to obtain. I'm just gonna maintain my distance. Can I actually jump off here? No, we're stuck up here. All right. I know I'm not making an optimal decision here, but I need to safely get an attack power up so that I don't get fucking womboed. Fuck you, Lando. You are now on my shit list, Lando. Lando! Oh, Lando! I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Lando. Actually, I lied. Oh, okay. See, that's what I've been talking about. Like that. So the weird netcode foibles have been happening since the last update before the party update, but the homing attack issues seem to have happened as of. And I think what it is someone either getting a shield or entering hit stun. But like before, they would typically just allow those to go through. So we are at 57 before. Yeah, so we got like 14%. And based on the thumbs up that we just earned, we got how many? 14. I didn't see the last. Okay, we got 21. Yeah. But yeah, gadgets. I think they're just a little overly complicated, and this is another reason I kind of want to be in Master Emerald rank now that they've added that feature. Like, I don't even want to stay in that rank. I just want to get to 0, honestly, on my profile, because then it just starts, like, increasing that number over time. And I just want to show that I got to the maximum rank at least once. Because, I don't know, there's something about being Chaos Emerald rank with 5 stars. It's just like, that's not... I don't know, something about being half of the way to Master Emerald rank. Even though it's visible and people know that you got half of the way there, I don't know, there's just something about this notion of, like, you can see how close you were, but you weren't there, that rubs me the wrong way and makes me feel that it's actually worse than being on the next tier. I don't know. Woo. Easy first. But yeah, it's one of those things where the gadgets in Crossworld, I'm just kind of like, I kind of wish that there were just like suggestions or like much better guides on like, yeah, just use these. These are the meta builds right now. Just because there's a lot of permutations where it's like every time I think I might be onto something, someone else says something to the contrary that, oh, this turns out that this gadget sucks for X reason. That's based on a bunch of nonsense behind the scenes and whatnot. So like for example, when they added the one of the latest gadgets, they added one that costs you 1 ring per second, takes 1 slot, costs 1 ring per second, but it increases all of your stats by +12. And when you do use it, like I used it with a boost vehicle, and I did notice that my handling went up by a pretty significant amount. It felt a lot better. But the reality is, every 10 points of speed is a 0.5 max speed increase. But again, if you have a cap of 100 rings, that 1 ring is costing you 7 speed. And even if you have like 130 as your ring cap, again, if you get attacked by a boxing glove or a King Boom Boo, well, you're losing 50 rings, and so you're going to be well under that. Even if you get hit by something that doesn't cost you 50 rings, you're going to go down to 100, and then the next second you're going to be below 100. You do get rings a lot, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem super worth it. Conversely, there is a build that I'm considering where they made something where you get every 1.5 seconds if you're in like 1st to 3rd place. You get 1 ring every 1.5 seconds if you're in 2nd or 3rd. Fuck. God damn it. And then you get 3 rings every second if you're in 1st. So pairing that with a ring boost might be a really good frontrunner build, especially considering that they got rid of, well, they cut the invincibility time of level 4 charge drift in half. But yeah, I digress. That's something to talk about the next time I stream Crossworlds. Miscellaneous. So Mario Kart 8 plays way better as a handheld game because of the camera stuff that I mentioned. I ended up playing it in handheld mode, and I was like, oh, suddenly I understand why the camera is the way it is. It looks terrible and feels slow on a TV, but when you're playing it in handheld mode, the aspect ratio feels really good. I don't know. It's something about being that close to the screen, I guess. But being far away from it, having the character be so small on it seems really weird. So it's one of those things where If it was a PC game and I was sitting like a foot away from my monitor or whatever, that might be a better experience. But that's not what Mario Kart is. Motherfuckers, stop jumping on my platform. There's a fat joke in here about all these motherfuckers eating all the donuts and then jumping on my platforms. Oh, of course he has invincibility. Oh my god, let me have a platform to stand on, please! Aha. Of course, it was someone with no significance that I attacked. Man! See, that's what I mean. Here, hold on, let's check that out for a second. Did that guy have a barrier the entire time? Oh yes, he did. Never mind. I just didn't see him because it was off camera. One issue I did have with Mario Kart 8 that, again, they fixed in Deluxe is that on the Wii U version, so they also added a thing that shows when your rank changes. So somehow some whale knocked me down a rank while I was playing at the same time, which is crazy. And I say that they were whale because that's the only way they could have leapfrogged me in such a significant way. Unless they got some crazy score from the co-op. But yeah, the touchscreen has like your horn button, your racer order, your track map, and some other feature I forget. And so the HUD is very bare bones for Mario Kart 8, which is kind of nice, but with so much empty space on the screen, it's weird. And again, handheld mode makes that make a lot more sense because you want more screen real estate to be able to see everything that's going on, since you're going to be looking at it much closer. I love when the bots on this stage just like cut it so close to the edge that they just start running off like lemmings. They always do it. I don't understand why. Like, the problem with the bots in this game is that they will just run forward and just stop arbitrarily, and it sucks because then they just block your path and cause you to stop moving. But it is really funny when they just activate Lemming Protocol. Oh, fuck you. There we go. Woo! Is that Yamato who attacked me? No, it's Victor MC. Alright, you're on the shit list, Victor. I apologize. Actually, no, I don't apologize. You're the one who attacked me. You should be apologizing to me. Motherfucker! Was that even? What was that? Was that me getting hit by a bomb? Like, just the very edge of that? I was not in range of that. Excuse me. No, that was me being attacked by a player. See, that's what I mean. Like, so, like, the silver flapper enemies with like the saw blades, they have much larger hitboxes than their model suggests, and they suck, especially on the Starlight Run finale, whatever. I'm always getting hit by them for whatever reason. But yeah, like, that guy did not teleport to the correct position until after I'd already been attacked. Anyway, but in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the also, yeah, the mini-map just shows you your placement, but it does not show the other players. But in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if you made that your entire bottom screen, it does show the players. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it does show all the players on the mini-map on screen. So it's clear that 8 Deluxe is a much better game, and it is frustrating to me that these were not updates that were provided for free. See, this is what I mean. Everyone was just all the AI just stopped moving on that tile, and I was just stuck in the cuddle puddle. So yeah, it's clear to me that 8 Deluxe is a much better game, and it's frustrating that it would cost me again, a full retail price, which for Nintendo is $89.99 nowadays, Canadian, and then taxes takes that to over $100. Plus, although you get all the DLC, which I already bought on the Wii U version, so that's a moot point. If you want all the tracks, you have to buy more DLC. And my argument is, all right, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna re-release your game, even if you're packing in all the DLC, whatever, I don't care. That is your new base game. And you're continuing to support it with its life cycle. You're continuing to sell new DLC. Your base game should be cheaper than it originally retailed for. Dead or Alive 6 Last Round is coming out later this year. Unfortunately, they're still not adding crossplay. I'm not even going to hold my breath now that I've seen that we might not even get an English voice for Tamaki from Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation. But at least that game is fucking $51 if you buy the full package. So, even if you're not going to do, what I suggested before and get the free-to-play version and just buy the characters you want, game is still a lot cheaper. It comes with all the non-SNK DLC characters. I'm curious what else they are going to improve in that. I don't know if they're going to have any actual new features. Apparently, it's just the console versions that might look better. Because the PC settings, it's doing the Assassin's Creed thing where, apparently the Ezio collection is... Some of those games are just equivalent to the PC games at best settings, but I think Assassin's Creed 2 had some visual changes that were... Or at least, some kind of... filter that was put over anything. Anyway, back to the Mario Kart rant, because I've really lost the plot here, and I need some rounding, so I'm going back to my bullet point list. Mario Kart stages are less interesting. They're kind of boring overall. I actually kind of really liked the... It was hard to get used to when I was relearning the game, because a lot of the drift turns were quite hard to make efficiently. But the Wario Mountain stage, which is just a start to finish, the laps are just different checkpoints. It doesn't actually have a 3-lap structure, which is ironic that people complain about the interstitial stages in Mario Kart World when... maybe the stage design in World just sucks, but I quite liked that one stage, at least in, and I think the Toad Speedway or something was similar. One of the N64 maps was updated, so that's just a single thing, a single road that you're doing. Either way, I thought that idea was interesting. I think that overall the Crossworlds concept works out better. If anything, just because there are more stages I like in Crossworld compared to those that I don't. Because the only stages Motherfucker. Alright. We're not even gonna make it in time. Man! Well, let's do a co-op battle anyway, so that the next time it rolls around... Because it's a 3-day thing, so other co-op battles will be available over the next couple days, and I can at least get more score from them. Man, I just unlocked myself. Yeah, I just don't like Chow Park, which they may have actually updated. The patch notes did mention something about the turn after the quote-unquote jump in Chow Park, which I think is after you do the raised section with the pirate ship theme park ride. There's an immediate turn you have to drift on. So as soon as you come off the raised platform, you have to start drifting, or even if you're on the lower section, you have to start drifting before that turn if you don't want to careen off the edge. And again, in the balloon Crossworlds, there is So the second shortcut, that's like down a like one of the little green ramp sections. That does not have a have a barrier, and that's real annoying because if you fall off the side, it will put you back on the track right there, and then you are liable to just go right off the side again. So easily the worst stage in that, bar none, is the balloon crossworld. It's no contest as far as I'm concerned. But that's kind of it. Every other stage I like, or the stages that I was kind of about, like the Golden Palace, like I now like a lot because I really like the boat mechanics, and that just has a really long, twisty path where you're just like doing loops in a water section. And it's really fun. So like over time, I've grown to appreciate a lot of the courses, and even the stages that people don't really like. Well, I think that the SpongeBob stage is definitely the least creative and most underwhelming of the DLC stages. Once you've played all the DLC stages once and understand the foibles of their last lap quirks, they're fine. And I actually really appreciate, again, the last lap of the Minecraft stage, how they just grab you and transition you to the underground section, how they break through the floor. Very inspired choice. You know, the Pac-Man stage, I think the hedge maze section at the very beginning is really boring, but once you realize, again, it's fun that it's a hedge maze and the ghosts are chilling in the hedge maze. That's a fun reference. But it's not... The terrain is too square for a racing game. However, once you understand that there are dash panels on the left, and you can drift over to the left and then drift through the dash panels there, that section does become a lot more fun. And then, of course, the entire maze section is just really inspired. The fact that on the final lap, you are following Pac-Man through the maze, and he's showing you the route to take, and you get to see where the turns are going to be in advance, and it even changes slightly every run. Really, really cool. They put a lot of work into those two stages. It's a shame that the SpongeBob stage is so one note. And, oh yeah, also the jellyfish section sucks. Like if you fall off at any point, which you are liable to do if anyone attacks you just before you go off to the jellyfish, because your aerial control is poor, and steering yourself back into the center of the jellyfish does not work very well. And then if you do get knocked off, you spawn at the start of the jellyfish section, which is just like more insult to injury, and it also has like the hardest shortcut to land in the game, which is like just after the jellyfish, far off to the left. There's just empty space and like a little bit of pier that you can like jump over to, I guess. I don't even know how you land that successfully, quite frankly. I can't even conceive how you would do that, because I don't think there's a... I guess you have to boost, like use a boost wisp off of the last jellyfish? I don't know. I don't know. Well, now I got my score multipliers. That's probably where we'll end Cross Worlds for today. Actually, no, I do want to try... We'll do two more. We'll use our score boosters. We'll try and get the actual Smurf stage. So we'll give it two more goes. Why can't I exit this menu? That was weird. Yeah, no, it's whatever. It's just definitely the it's not bad like the stages that I don't like. And again, Chow Park might actually be fixed now. I don't know. I did race on it again. I think they just extended the barrier a little bit. There is still a section with no barrier, but I think they may have like included an extra couple feet of length to the fence. to help guide your drift. I don't know, but yeah, Mario Kart stages are a lot more boring and feel a lot more. They're Mario themed, but they feel very generic. They don't like. I really appreciate how Crossworlds, even the more original tracks, are enjoyable. But for the most part, Crossworlds is like, oh yeah, this is a stage that I really liked from that game and have fond memories of, and the music is great. Mario Kart's music is very. It's Mario music and it exists. It's okay. It's not bad. It's Mario music, but it's very background. Whereas with Crossworlds, the soundtrack is one of the highlights. You know. I will say the DLC F-Zero stages for Mario Kart 8 were quite inspired because you don't collect coins in them. You have the like boost builder things that exist in F-Zero to charge your rings, and I thought that was a clever twist on the formula that makes those stages feel quite different. So thumbs up on those. Those are kind of on the level of the inspiration as, say, like Kronos Island or again the Minecraft and Pac-Man stages. The Animal Crossing one's also kind of interesting. It's a very basic stage, but apparently there are 4 weather variations if you're not doing time trial. The Zelda one is awful. It's so boring and generic, and the music remix isn't even that good. But yeah, time trials again in Crossworlds are just not very engaging. S ranks are not intended to be earned by most people. You really need a very specific build and certain strats to do them, which is fine for bragging rights. But when you eventually start doing the supersonic speed stuff, some of those are just real hard, and you do have to change up your build a little bit to have like dash panel boost as opposed to off-road boost and stuff like that. Just because some of the courses that don't use elements that are specific to your build, now the time requirements for A ranks are actually hard enough that you do need to make like almost course specific. Like, oh, this stage has a lot of tricks or trick sections, or this has a lot of dash panels or whatever, and build your gadgets around that. And I did not enjoy that as much. I feel like for A ranks, that should be obtainable with much more general skill, and then the S ranks should be the ones that require the custom builds. But I digress. I just didn't have a lot of fun with the time trials in Crossworlds. There's also just a lot removed. Like, again, drifting is very fun. It is fun to play on the tracks, but not having the Crossworlds mechanic, not having items and other players to go against is a little blah. So, like, once you've gotten so used to it. So, yeah, it's just not super stimulating, and at worst, it's a little tilting. But one last note about the whole Mario Kart thing. I think it's interesting that over time, it's become this case where, like, we had Diddy Kong Racing, then, like, Mario had gliders, and there are technically aquatic vehicle modes. It doesn't really change how it controls or anything, but, like, when you're underwater in Mario Kart 8, you have a little, motor propeller on your thing. There's the low gravity stuff as well. I do think it's interesting how this mix of land, sea, and air traversal has become standard, such that, again, All-Star Racing transformed, and now this did it. Although, again, I still expect that we might get another Team Sonic Racing that cuts down on the vehicle transitions. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. Of course, you know, Crossworlds also has Extreme Gear. Mario Kart also has its bikes. I do think it would be interesting if they ended up doing another DLC pack of characters. Like if they leaned into other gaming brands and stuff like that. I want Bubsy, quite frankly. Like, I think we're gonna get Surge. We're probably gonna get Infinite because Sega seems to really like him for whatever reason, and I wouldn't object to that, honestly. Kiryu's probably gonna be a shoo-in for the last trio of free DLC characters. Yeah, I would very much like to get another pack of, like, again, another season pass and another reason for them to support the game with more free characters and whatnot. It would be nice to see some classics from the Sega All-Stars racing games return, you know, especially Vice. We could get Bayonetta, you know, that would be an awesome one. Again, more see, like, that guy totally took that shoe from in front of me, even though I was in front of him. Okay, I attacked him out of his animation, but he still got the treasure chest. No. No, Super Ice. Oh. Can we... Game... Don't put me on this... Yes! Ah... He got one more attack in at the last second. But yeah, I was talking with a friend about how, like, more Capcom stuff would be fun. Like, we could get Dante on Cavalier from DMC5. Leon from... well, Leon's driven a couple different motorcycles, apparently one in Requiem, one in Vendetta. Based on real motorcycles. There was a Porsche collab in Requiem specifically. Nintendo in one of the games, I want to say one of the Mario Kart games, there was like a BMW crossover. I forget, that was that Wii? Might have been Wii. So like it's not unheard of. There's also weird stuff like one of the Sonic All-Stars racing games had, like, Danica Patrick in it. Like, he's a real race car driver. You're not Metal Sonic. Don't lie to me. You're Crystal Charmy. Both the material and the character are wrong. But yeah, like, it would just be really funny to me. Like, considering that Crossworlds has become, like, the Smash Bros. Of kart racers, it would be really funny to have Dante and Bayonetta in the same game. I really don't think we'd get more Persona characters. Maybe the protagonist of Metaphor? I don't think we would get fucking Jack Frost or anything. I don't think that's... A real strange pull that I would be a fan of would be Slash from Snowboard Kids, which is an old Atlas snowboard racing series, which, again, Fast Penguin takes inspiration from. It's like basically just imagine playing Fast Penguin, but whoa, okay, that worked out somehow. The Tyrant's Flare is Golden Axe bot. But yeah, just imagine you're playing Fast Penguin, but you get to the end of the route, and then it is, you go on a ski lift back to the start. Scooby-Doo crossover would be another fun Nickelodeon thing. I was thinking about it would be really fun. Sonic Rumble could do that as well, quite frankly. They could parody those sequences where, like, Shaggy, Scooby, and the gang are being chased by the monster / criminal, and they're going through like a hall of doorways, and you have to find the correct doorway in the case of Sonic Rumble. Or like Crossworlds, they could make it so that there's just a whole bunch of like travel rings, and once you hit like your third travel ring, that teleports you to the continuation point for the race. So that'd be real fun. I think Shaggy would actually be like an amazing fit. It looks like this is one of the new stages that they added, by the way. It's basically a 3D version. See, and that spring, for example, it can't move your camera while you're done. Fuck off, Iris. Oh my god! You guys clearly have brain damage, or well, you inflicted brain damage on yourself. So you don't realize that you are holding yourself back when you use that move. Oh my god. Also, everyone keeps taking my goddamn running shoes. And for nothing. I'm still in the fucking lead. I should probably slow down because, like, I'm running beyond. The running shoes last for a while, and I'm running beyond most of them. Oh well. Didn't really matter in the end. Okay, let me try and navigate. Unfortunately, I think most of my suggestions, I think might have been in Blues' chat. Oh, Raido Kuzunoha could be a possibility. Akira from Virtua Fighter would not be surprising, but would be boring. I hope Sega realizes that nobody likes Shenmue anymore, because 3 not only ruined the franchise, but made people think about the old games and how they weren't actually as good as they remember, because they were basically just tech demos for, like, visual, like, engine show off, like, oh, look, you can rotate these really lovingly crafted 3D items, and like, ooh, like, ooh, voice acting, and like all the other stuff that was like exciting for the time, but you know, doesn't really hold up. You know, you can't just be like you're jingling your keys in front of a child when this stuff has existed for so long. And Yakuza actually started as basically a fan-made, like, successor. Okay, see, that's an example of I picked up a power-up at the same time as someone else. Like, we both got a duplicate of the power-up, basically. No. Ooh, yeah. Well, let's go. Hey, Metal Sonic. Oh, you have a shield? Well, may as well get rid of that. And then we can grab that. Hit Tyrus. Coming for you. There you go. Hit you again. Boom. That's what you get for impersonating a bot. You get treated like one. So close. I don't know how this Ryan guy got on top, but I'd rather them than Tyrus or Metal Sonic. But yeah, Bite from Skies of Arcadia is obviously my pick. I would be so hype if Sega just allowed... Can I use my score boosters? Or I guess. Feels like I didn't get the benefit from them for whatever reason. What's weird is that whenever, like, they clearly have stages on a bit of a rotation. Whenever they add new stages, I've not seen these yet. I've been playing a decent amount, as you can fucking see. I've also kind of, like, made a rule for myself, like, if I have the wherewithal, like, unfortunately, physical pain stops me from, indulging further, but as long as I get like 40k or 20k per day, that should be enough to guarantee me in the top 20. Technically even less would probably be fine, because again 100 million was fine before, but weekends tend to go a little crazy. And that does not, because like, again, these people are basically getting like close. They're getting twice the 2.5 times the tentative target that I was setting for myself here. But yeah, actually, I'm curious. Did I play one extra Ring Survival because I was too busy talking about random shit? But yeah, like if Atlas could get to the ability to make another Skies of Arcadia, that would be amazing. Because like we should have had at least... Oh, because they're rounds that are boosted. That's why. I keep forgetting that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I kept thinking of the old way that they used to work. And then obviously Beat from Jet Set is going to be a shoo-in, but I think they're probably waiting until they have more stuff to show for the new live service game that they're working on. All right. So let's move on to some Sonic Forces. Pardon my dust. I'm just gonna switch over my stream titles and YouTube VOD stuff.